Music is life. Music is spirit.
Do not walk alone in this freedom, fellow South Africans. And we did not walk into this freedom on our own. We were carried by a tide of solidarity from the nations of the world, from the nations of Africa. These countries opened their borders to our liberation fighters. When the apartheid government was pursuing our liberation fighters, they ran to a number of countries around the world, but especially on our continent. They shared their stories with our neighbors, and our neighbors shared their spaces with them, and they gave them safety. They even fed them. They gave them bread, and they opened their homes. They spoke for us when we could not speak for ourselves.
I've understood that it was a mistake that I was born in Africa, honestly. It was really a mistake. I don't know why God made me be born in South Africa. I hate that country, but I'm on scholarship. So at least they done one thing right. They killed my mother. Now they want to kill me. But all I demand from South Africa is just give me my money. Give me my money. Remember that drill. But all I demand from South Africa is to give me my money, make me a diplomat of some sort. I'll wear the South African badge every once in a while, but I'm not South African. I'm Ethiopian. And I can't wait until I become so great in my life that even the Ethiopian embassy or Ethiopia itself maybe they will say that they're proud of me. Maybe they'll pat me on the back and say, you're Ethiopian to the core. Because I've always felt like I'm not even half Ethiopian, because even Ethiopians don't like me. They don't like my dad. So being culturally mixed is very interesting in this lifetime, honestly. Because none of your cultures want you, because you're just like 50 or 25% of each. But yeah.
Wake with the sun, skin kissed by gold. Stories of kings still live in our soul.
Acceptable. We feel like, wait, hold on. Officer, just hold on. What I'm saying is simple. Nigerians are here in your commission, and you show more disrespect to Nigerian people. This is Nigerians outside.
We have had your petition, and we have noted what you have said. We thank you so
Come and address people here.
She said she's afraid.
Afraid of what?
And I told her she has the Nigerian police here. And that we are not as violent as the South African.
Police are here?
We are not violent people like the South Africans. Do you know the point?
So there is
and I made it very clear to her that we are not living here until she comes out.
You know.
From Cairo sands to Lagos streets, say hallelujah. We move with thunder and
we have alternatives. We have options. And therefore, these words should be sent across to South Africa. We know where South Africans are, not only Nigeria, but all over Africa. And we can take this fight to their territory, if need be. But we cannot sit down and, typical of some of us, lament when these things is happening. There is no duplicate. Life has no duplicate. All of a sudden you are killed. Your families have lost you for no reason whatsoever. Mr. President, I think this is as serious as it gets. And today, sir, if this is the only thing the People's Chamber, the Senate of the Federal Republic will discuss, please be it.
our feet, hands we build, hearts we no break. Build, 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 build. No break, no, no, no. Build, build, build it. Every sky and a map for greatness sake. So lift your head.
If you hit me, I hit you. I think it is appropriate in diplomacy. It's an economic struggle. What the black South Africans are saying is that Nigerians are taking their jobs. Okay, Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of MTN. Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of DSTV. When we hit back, the president of South Africa will not only talk, he will go on his knees to recognize that Nigerians cannot be intimidated, and we do not condone any one life being lost. If a crime has been committed under South African law, they have a right to bring any sort of person to justice. But to kill our people as if we are helpless, we are not. By the time we turn in the economy hardship, we withdraw MTN license, we revoke DSTV license. Those people coming from Nigeria, from South Africa will have good jobs to do. Let South Africa continue with their jobs. Then when we have this balance of madness, I believe there will be sanity, and we will kick our bilateral relationship in a manner that is a win-win.
Make the world see, 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 see you, see, 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 see. The light we carry that now we. Rise, rise, Africa, rise. Oh, rise, rise, rise and rise. Get your name in.
People of South Africa do not know what happened before they gained their freedom. The whole of this continent stood behind South Africa. The whole of Africa stood behind South Africa to fight against apartheid. I remember all of us growing up as secondary school children, went on marches. We were part of the African Youth Command. We demonstrated, we boycotted classes and all that, all in the fight against apartheid. Indeed, for several of the countries where their citizens have been brutalized in South Africa, these are countries that were called frontline states that harbored the freedom fighters of South Africa and gave them safe haven, gave them passports, to be able to avoid the clutches of the apartheid regime. Nigeria, even though not a neighbor of South Africa, was considered a frontline state because of the economic contribution that Nigeria did to the ANC to be able to liberate South Africa from apartheid.
The Jagpa syndrome in Nigeria has to stop. The highest level of disdain shown to Nigerian youths abroad has to stop. Even African countries that we helped, African countries that even when we were students, parts of our scholarship monies were contributing to solve problems in those countries, are treating Nigerians as if we are all bunch of idiots and criminals, because probably we leaders have not been able to build our country, give hope to our young people, and even attract others to come here and work.
These are the issues that you are telling me that diplomatically. By now, the High Commission of South Africa and Ghana must be answering to us. Why South Africans living in Ghana must live in this country?
But should it be an eye for an eye?
It has to be, because this is not the first time. You see, sometimes the lady that spoke, they don't know their history. If they know the contribution of Ghana to South Africa, she wouldn't speak the way she spoke.
We be fire, we be river, we be drum, 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 drum. It's ancient voice, but we just begun. No more small, no more high.
Hello, I am a South African staying in Lagos. I just want to tell Nigerians that we're here to stay, we're going nowhere, and there is nothing that they are going to do. There is absolutely nothing they are going to do. You need us more than we need you. You need us for your economy to grow. And there is nothing that they are going to do to South African business. But illegal foreigners in South Africa, they are going to exit it. They are going to leave it. If that is being xenophobic, let it be. We are not backing down. You are going to leave South Africa if you are illegal. If you are illegal, you are going to leave South Africa. We don't care. Even you can say, we helped you during apartheid. Help yourselves now. Get out of the nonsense that you are in. Help yourselves get out of that nonsense.
Stand in your power, walk with pride, power, pride, pride. Rise, rise, Africa, rise. This now time, our sunrise. Rise. Africa, 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 African rise. Yeah. We speak in 1,000 tongues, yet one voice, 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 voice. Turn struggle to dance, turn pain to choice. The dreams we sow, our children reap. If they ask you where the future day, point to our eyes, we lead the way. Lead the way, lead the way. Yes, 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 lead the way, 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 way. No go bend, no go fold. Our story precious, more than gold. Rise, rise, Africa, rise. Let your name echo through the sky. We be fire, we be river, we be drum. Ancient voice, but we just begun. No more small, no more high. Standing.
My advice to all foreigners in South Africa: get out of South Africa before it's too late. I mean, what do you have that you have to die for in South Africa? Seriously, look at black South African. They have nothing. So what do you have that you have to die for? Get out before it's too late. The country is possessed.
We've come too far to back down. No, we can't back down. No, 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 not yet. We've climbed the mountains, we swim in the rivers of life, met sorrow, sorrow, sorrow.
Contrary to what you're seeing on the media, South Africans are not xenophobic. Contrary to what you're seeing in the media. Now, that statement sounds a blasty statement, especially because of some of the things you would have seen online. I'm not saying that there are no xenophobic people in South Africa. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying the entire nation is xenophobic would be missing the point. There are 65 million people in South Africa. We have 11 official languages. We're one of the most diverse societies in the world, and even though that is the case, we get along with most people. If you go and look at the largest companies in South Africa and the CEOs or boards of those companies, you will find that the CEOs or boards or C-suite executives are many people from the rest of Africa. So I think I felt that it was important for me to say that. The second point I want to make is this. I think that there is an agenda to turn us against each other. And I think we feed that agenda when we feed the noise and the fire.
But we met joy in the depths, depths of the sea.
Yet another xenophobic attack happening in South Africa. Can I share that this is not a reflection of us South Africans? Not at all. This is not who we are. There's a small group of South Africans that is making sure that this news becomes continent-wise by these xenophobic attacks. Most South Africans, I repeat, most South Africans are against this. Sadly, we are quiet about it. This is led by Jacinta. Now, the question I always ask myself is, why is she not doing this march to march in Cape Town, where there's a lot of Germans, French, Netherlands, and Americans there? Why is she not doing it? And I lived in Cape Town, so I know Cape Town pretty well. She knows damn well she does not stand a chance there, and that tomorrow morning there will be a number of massacred bodies under her name. She doesn't want to take that chance. Instead, she wants to attack the vulnerable and the weak. That is unconstitutional in every way. It is un-South African to do so. Our Constitution rejects this. But then she might have the rhetoric that, oh, immigrants are creating all the crime here. Immigrants are having syndicates here. Yes, it is true. There is some syndicates that is happening inside the townships. And there is some crime that is led by immigrants. But do you want to know the percentage rate of which they are doing these crimes in the whole of the country? 2%. Just 2%. Now just imagine, say, half of the crimes are not reported. That's 4%. Why is Jacinta not marching for HIV, which we've got the highest in the world? What about GBV, which, goodness, she could be marching for that? What about the high alcohol intake that is happening in South Africa that is creating a lot of the crimes? Is she marching for that? What about the murder rate, highest in the world? Is she marching for that? She should be marching to the police station and keeping the police account to that, not hurting fellow African brothers. Now, Stogie T, my favorite rapper in all of Earth, born in Tanzania. Why are we not marching against that? Duduzane Zuma, the president's son, President Jacob Zuma's son, born in Mozambique. Why is she not marching for that? What about DJ Fresh, a renowned DJ? Why is she not marching against that? Did you know that we have Khoisan people in parliament in Kenya? Did you know a Xhosa man is president of Botswana? We don't even have a Khoisan person in parliament because we want to stay divided. What about Nigeria, who's given $61 billion to South Africa during apartheid? You know how much that is? I'll tell you. It's a third of South Africa's budget in a year. Yeah, a third. Nigeria gave that to us during apartheid to fight apartheid. What about Algeria, Zambia, and Mozambique? They're the ones that received South Africa to train them how to fight in apartheid. Countries like Tanzania, Swaziland, a whole bunch of countries hosted South Africans in refuge when they ran away. They did not take out a whip. They did not throw them out the country. They stood beside them. What Jacinta is doing is unconstitutional, and she needs to march the right way. It's not march to assault. It's march to march. Stand by what you are saying that you're supposed to stand by. You did not come here to hurt people. It's unconstitutional, and somebody is going to take you to task. Yeah, somebody's going to do it. I'd like to apologize to all the African diasporas in South Africa and also Africans around the continent. This is not who we are. We're against this.
We are here, we are here, here we are, here, here. We can't back.
So people are asking me in my comment section if I'm South African, and this is my answer. I am an African, South African. I am a South African who has traveled outside South Africa to other African countries. I've been to Nigeria. Shout out to my Nigerian brothers and sisters. How far? How unade? I've been to Zimbabwe. You are xenophobic because you haven't traveled. South Africans, it's high time. Get a passport. Get a passport. And travel. See other nations. Learn how to interact with other Africans, your brothers, your sisters. Africa, it's high time we unite. Let's stop the fighting. Let's stop the killing. There's love in unity. There's peace in unity. There's strength in unity. amandla awethu.
We can't back down, no going back, no. Both the seas, the oceans, the tide, the waves must listen. Listen, listen, listen. You must listen to the call of greatness. Great, 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 great. We stand in unison to declare greatness upon.
So for all my delusional South Africans that are claiming that I'm not South African, even though this is not the subject of the matter, we've got bigger issues to tackle, I'm still going to say this. I am a product of exile. I'm a product of exile. Like I said before, I'm born in Tanzania. I've lived in Mozambique. I'm currently even living in the Netherlands, but I am a product of exile. The thing that you have to understand is that my own country, South Africa, was not even safe enough for me to be born in my original country. So if you want to tell me I'm not South African, let me tell you something. My parents fought very hard for the freedom of South Africa, amongst other Africans who received us very well, for us to even be existing. My blood, the blood that flows through my body, is South African. And I can tell you one thing, I am not proud. I am not proud at all. Because while we were being received with open arms, we were given shelter, we were given food. I mean, our African brothers and sisters fought next to us, amongst us, for us to gain our independence. Today we are doing the things that we are doing, and I will never stand for that. You can never silence me. You cannot even remove the blood that is flowing through my veins. But let me tell you one thing for sure. Before I'm even South African, I am African. And I will acknowledge that I'm African. I will tell you right now that even though you want to protest for the country, even though you want to make South Africa a better place, violence is something that I will never condone. Death is something I will never condone. Harming of children is something I will never condone. And absolutely not to my fellow Africans. So even though my blood flows through my veins, I am still, at the end of the day, African first. You want to tackle a problem, tackle the real problem. Find out where the real problem is. It's not the immigrants, because as a matter of fact, we can learn a lot of things about the immigrants. First things of all, to stop being lazy. Second thing of all, to even stop tackling the shops, gain some business plans, like see where the true problem is. The true problem is not in my brothers and sisters from Africa. It is not. It is in our government. It is in our diplomacy. It is in our economy. It is in those that so-called have the power, that are supposed to organize and generate South Africa, that are using the money for everything else except in developing the country itself. I will never sleep well at night knowing that my brothers and sisters I will never sleep well at night knowing that innocent children are being taken out of their schools, out of their environment. They're crying on the street. The soil that is supposed to protect them and give them comfort is not doing exactly that in the year that we are living in, 2026. So I might be South African by blood. And even though you want to deny that I am South African, there's nothing you can change about my blood. But first things of all, I will always acknowledge that I am African. The world already hates us. The world already dislikes us. Being black is already a disprivilege. And then here we are doing what we are doing. I want to hear my South African people speak and fight against this. And you will not shut me up. You will not zip me off. You will not strip me out of my African identity. It is something I have. It is something my parents fought for. It is something my continent fought for.
To declare greatness upon the land, oh ye ancestors rise. Ooh. As we march, your guidance we need. We call you, march with us. In greatness we move. We are rivers, many and wide, born from different mountainsides.
They are scared of white people. Look at them. When they speak to a white person, they are very respectful. They show manners. When they speak to a black person, they are violent. But let's ask a question. After you marched and say you don't want Zimbabweans, you don't want Nigerians, you don't want Ghanaians, you close shops, you march. Why are you not coming back to tell us the following day that after that march, we expelled 10 Zimbabweans
And out of those 10 Zimbabweans, we're able to give 10 South Africans jobs. There is no such a report. Why? Because laukaba kuba ma Zimbabwe, hauna misebetsi, batho bale ba ma Zimbabwe, ba etsa misebetsi e lona le sa batleng ho etsa because those are slaves jobs. They don't pay anything. You want proper jobs. You want a job with a pay slip, with an appointment letter, with pension, with medical aid, and you deserve it. But why are we fighting each other? It is the same people who made us fight each other during apartheid, black on black violence. They sponsored it. The same provinces where blacks were killing blacks during apartheid, sponsored by apartheid government, is the same provinces where blacks are beating blacks today. The script is the same. The right of the script is the same. After removing a black child from school, when the black children were removed from school with bullets in 1976, when our parents were removed from school because they did not have school fees, I must play that role. Me, I will never do it. I'm not going to take a pregnant woman out of a clinic because she's not South African. She gives birth of an African child at the gate and that child dies. And you want me to do that and be proud and look at my children and say, I'm a proud father after I stopped life, after I killed someone? I will not do that. I did not join politics to be voted for. I was too young when I joined politics. These positions that I have came as a result of my participation. I am not in politics to be elected. I'm in politics to articulate a position of African people who have been oppressed for too long. We are not saying any Zimbabwean, Nigerian, Ghanaian must bring crime here. The same way no South African must bring crime here. Anyone who brings drugs, South African or Nigerian, must be dealt with according to the laws of South Africa.
They carve through stone, they feed the land. We speak. We speak in tongues both sharp and sweet. We drum in time to different beats. One prays at dawn, one kneels at night. Yet all of us are chasing
Timbala,